I have a somber topic to talk about today. My grandfather died 2 days ago. I've been spending Saturdays with him at the hospital, helping my grandma and my mom out, giving them some free time. So I've been staying the night there at the hospital, rubbing his feet, helping him out, doing whatever he needed done. He's been doing real good. Looked like he was going to recover. Out of the blue, he just died, you know, peacefully in his sleep, with my grandmother by his side. Um, this is real talk here, people. This is something real near and dear to my heart, and I'm gonna use you as a therapist because I can't afford one, frankly. Um, this hat is his actual hat, not his everyday beater straw cowboy hat that he wore every day that he drove around the farm. But this is actually his going to church or a wedding or, just some kind of formal function. I am a pallbearer and will be wearing his hat to his funeral. He will be drawn horse and buggy to the family cemetery at Diamond D Stables in Jacksonville, Florida. And he was one of the last of a dying breed, American hero. One of the first drivers of NASCAR, an original moonshine runner running their cars up and down Jack's Beach and Daytona Beach and all the way to South Carolina, racing other moonshiners on the beach, and that sport became NASCAR. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's done so many things. Even before that, when he was a young teenager, he would drive cows across country from Jacksonville to Orlando over land with horses through, swamps and over creeks, and just like they did way back in, the cowboy days in the Wild West. They didn't stop doing that. They did that all the way up until, the 60s, until they couldn't, do it anymore because of fences and roads. Eventually they got trucks and trailers got with the program, but they drove their cows to the market until they couldn't possibly do it any longer. I still meet people and talk to people that talked about them driving cows through certain towns, little small towns that have been established along the route of 90 through Live Oak and Lake City, and but yeah. The one good thing about marijuana is that it has the adverse effect, which helps you in times like this, of the drying, the redness, which I need very much need right now, to be real with you. I learned everything I know about making moonshine and about growing weed from my grandpa. When I was 12 years old, I was watering marijuana plants in the woods, and, well, let me rephrase that. When I was 12 years old, I was in the woods watering these tomato plants that never seemed to grow tomatoes, and I never questioned the fact that they never grew tomatoes. I just figured it was out of season, or the cows ate them, whatever. I was a kid. I just did what my grandpa said. He said, water the plants, I watered the plants, okay? And, that's just the way we lived, out in the middle of the woods, on a farm, on an old country road. And in 1980 something, it was okay to let your 12-year-old, 10-year-old grandson water marijuana plants in the woods on state land, no less, or some timber lease, probably. Old hunting club, or God knows. I just remember doing it. And years later, though, he would teach me how to make moonshine, and he, taught me a lot of things about hunting and processing deer and cows. After all, he was a pig and a cow farmer. That was two of their main sources of income. Excuse me. Black Angus beef cattle, Brahma beef cattle. They mixed them. They also made their own Brangus breed, which is a certified breed in Florida now, just like Brayford and Rayford and all those others. A lot of farmers in Florida like to certify their own breeds. But right here in Jacksonville, we have our own. You can look up my family's farm. It's Diamond D Stables. It's the largest farm in North Florida. They do everything. Everything that a farm or ranch can do, they do. And every bit of it was built on moonshine. It started back in the Prohibition, and it worked its way up from my great-great-grandfather to my grandfather and all the way up to me. I'm a fourth generation moonshiner. I only make it for personal consumption, of course. If there was somebody with a gun here, I wouldn't tell you any different. But yeah, that's just the way it was. We were born knowing that our family legacy was born on bootlegging. And that bootlegging was okay because just like marijuana, the people should not have been denied. They should never have been denied their alcohol, just like they should have never been denied their weed. Nobody cares if you smoke a tobacco cigarette or a cigar, so why would they care if you smoke a green cigarette if it's not quite so brown? This I never have understood. From a simple child mind, I saw the subtle differences, but not so much a true difference. So it never really, especially seeing the plant grow and knowing that it's not this dangerous thing that can jump out and take a hold of you and control your life or something. I say that now, being a continuous smoker now at my old age, but no, when I was a kid, I was, if you'd have said, "Ooh, that's a drug," I would have been like, "That's a tomato plant." You know what I mean? Like, I can eat that. You know what I mean? Like that thing is good for you. It's healthy, and that's the way I still feel now. And I believe that. That's one thing that my grandfather instilled in me more than anyone. And that's one life lesson that I will carry to my grave, for sure. It's a hard thing losing a grandparent, especially one that you're close to. And Lord knows that this week's going to be a tough week. But I'm going to take a damn case of moonshine down to that funeral out on the farm where we have our own private family cemetery. And we all going to drink one for Big Daddy because he is a legend. And the recipe I'm using to brew the shine is Big Daddy's brew. It's his recipe. Taught me everything I know. So it's all I can do is my share, my part, what I know how. So I'm not got very good lighting. I've been in the middle of the night and kind of spontaneous thing. I was looking at this hat and got me to thinking. And I really feel bad. I meant to make a documentary about my grandpa, and I've been putting it off for almost a year now. And now I feel so bad. It's weighing on my heart so heavily that if I don't at least document what I can about, what I can so far now, it's gonna kill me. They recently were in a issue of the Cattleman's magazine. They did an expose on the farm, and him racing and all that, and yeah, showed like pictures of him like when he used to still ride before he got real big and fat. But anyway, he's a character. My grandpa, he was an ornery son of a bitch the day he died, but I loved him for it. He'd cuss you and kiss you in the same sentence. That wasn't a very good one. I don't think I got it hot enough. I'm telling you, this cheapest nail off of Amazon is now my new favorite piece. I'm telling you. Until I get a banger, which is supposed to be in the mail, for that 14 mil tea kettle, this is it. The tea kettle clogs up way too easy. The nail came slightly slanted. I wouldn't advise buying the tea kettle. Wasn't a good purchase. Wouldn't do it again. I think once I get another $15 in it, with like a $15 to $20 quartz banger, then the full $30 pipe will then be okay. But then you're $30 into it, and we were looking for the cheapest out the gate pipe or water bubbler or whatever accessory. And I feel like once you add another piece, which is same value as the original piece, this is the shit. You literally just got dumped in a big pile of weed. Sorry about that. We're talking about this piece, the tea kettle banger. Even only probably smoked about a gram in it, and if you look, it is very, very greasy. I mean, it looks clean, like clean grease, like yellow, clean, buttery, honey color. But just for the little bit that I've smoked in it, this nail is just dropping it straight down in there. Because look at this, guys. I never did show the angle. Like when this thing sits flat, this thing is just horrible. No matter which way you turn it, it's got a slant to it, and it just rolls right off of it, Just rolls right off of it. So, I mean, like I said, probably won't be a bad piece when I put another $15 into it, but as is, it's a no-go. If I said keep it or break it, I would break it, but I'm gonna put another 15 into it, and we'll retest this again. I'll clean it, we'll put another bowl on it, we'll test it again, see how it goes, and then at the $30 price range, we'll see if the accessory, because when I pulled it up, it actually had most recently bought with this, and I thought about buying it, but like I said, I'm just trying to get the cheapest piece we could find on Amazon. This is my new most favorite glass pipe. This was also one of the cheapest purchases on Amazon, and I've dropped this thing so many times by now. It is not even funny. Literally like 6 to 8 times. Dropped it on concrete. Ding, 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 ding. I mean, this thing is amazing. Oh, damn. Forgot to say the seller's name. I'll put it in the description. I'll edit that in. I'll edit that in the description of that video. Because this dude needs serious props. He is definitely blowing and making a superior product. And for the price, this needs to... Everybody needs one of these. Fuck going to the local smoke shop when you can get one of these in the mail from some badass guy. I mean, it didn't take a week. So, anyway. Cowboy funeral it is. Wagon to the family cemetery, and I don't know, maybe we'll do a 21 shotgun salute. I think I might be able to talk some of my cousins into that. But I'll bring a jar of apple pie, or should I say a case of jars of apple pie and a case of jars of clear, and me and all of my family, we can celebrate my grandpa like he would have wanted. Like a real moonshiner legend. That's what he was. That's what he'll always be. And I'm going to write his story if it's the last thing that I do. I've been working and tinkering with writing a few books. And I like it a lot. And I got one book kind of close to done, and I'm going to try and self-publish it. And if I get that one done, his biography, or maybe not an exact biography, but maybe like a loose telling of the stories that I know and stories that I find from other relatives and stuff like that. Because, I would hate to call it a biography and it not be a true, exact chronological thing, but just like a rough telling of the life of a moonshiner, or a moonshiner's life. It's a story, you know what I mean? Like, it's a real American story. Started with nothing. They started selling moonshine and shipping it to Atlanta. They worked their way up to building a conglomerate, multi-million-dollar, American business. And, it's the American dream. Took them 100 years, 4 generations. But I just make moonshine for myself, And it's completely legal. Everything's legal. It's been legal for 20, 30, 40 years. But it was rooted in the Prohibition. And that story needs to be told. It's a rich story, and a lot of history. A lot of, running from the revenuers, and moonshine stills getting blown up with dynamite, you know what I mean? Like, real stuff. Stuff that isn't fake, made up movie stuff. These are real stories of real things that happened to people that either I'm related to, or were close friends of the people, and they were in the situation with them. Oh, that's good stuff. I love me some apple pie. I don't know if y'all have ever drank it. But you take corn liquor or whatever kind of moonshine you're making, depending on what state you're in. In Florida, it's mostly corn liquor. Georgia, too, a lot of corn liquor. I like to mix more wheat and barley and rye with mine in particular, just to make it smoother. But you take any kind of moonshine and you mix it 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, like 1/3 gallon, a gallon of moonshine, a gallon of cider, apple cider, and a gallon of apple juice. And then maybe a cup of sugar, brown sugar, and a couple cinnamon sticks, 1 stick in each jar. You're good to go. You're talking about something that you'll drink it down like a Long Island iced tea, and it'll hit you just as hard. That's what I really call apple pie, is a redneck Long Island iced tea, because that's about what it's like. Anyway, I'm running long, and I know ain't nobody watching this video. I'm just talking to myself, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for, the therapeutic part. But I'm going to do big things with this channel. I just bought a drone and some other things, and I don't know. I'm going to try some stuff out. See if I can figure out some of this editing shit, and or hire somebody that can come in and edit the shit for me. I can video the hell out of some shit. I just can't compile it all together and edit it all pretty and make it nice like all them other people do. Give me a little while. I'll get there. Shit. Don't tell me you can't teach an old dog new tricks, because, hell, I made it this far. Ooh, doggy. This is an item that I need to do a review on, but I will not do a review until I order a new one so I can unbox it. The UCAN Evolve Plus. You heard it here. Get the dual quartz coil. It's about $28 online. And for $28, you have the most durable, reliable, and longest lasting battery for the size. I will absolutely guarantee it. It also comes with a storage chamber on the bottom for your oil or wax. Sadly, mine's empty right now. But yeah, I'll order a new one so I can do an unboxing and show you the full deal, what it all comes with and everything. But yeah, just go ahead and go on my word. UCAN Evolve Plus. Had it for over a year. I've never had anything with the battery and it lasts me a year. Bought several G pens and vape pens and things of that nature and burned them all up. Be popping red arrows within 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. The Ripstick was the second best. That one was okay, but still only had a single coil. Dual quartz coil on the Evolve Plus. Anyway, so till the next video, signing off. Weeding aloud, as always.